Techie.
Welcome back to Techie. Joining us today are Leith and Adar, creators of the website MeetMeinTo, here to talk to us today about their online business. Hey guys, how are you doing?
Good. How's it going? Good to see you.
Pretty good. All right. So, as you know, MeetMeinTo is one of the very first social networks out there, I believe. It started before Facebook. I think before MySpace as well got really big. It's really impressive. I know it's one of the biggest social networks in the GTA. So tell me a little bit more about it. What gave you the idea to start this online website, and when did you go about it, and what was the purpose of it?
Well, I mean, the site started in 2001. Initially, it was nothing more than just an experiment. We put it out there as a very basic version of the current state of the site. All of a sudden, without any marketing, without any advertising, we found, 50 people, then 100 people, then 200 people, then 300 people using the website. So we looked at it and said, wait, there's something to this concept. At that point, we kind of fleshed out the concept, fleshed out the idea, put out a solid product, and, that 500 people turned into 50,000 people, and that turned into 500,000 people. So it just kind of happened. It wasn't planned. It just kind of materialized. That must have been pretty
exciting for you.
Yeah,
was this your very first business venture?
No, it wasn't actually, but it's definitely the most successful.
Oh, I see. Well, great. What exactly made you decide to start online social network? Because I know there wasn't many out there at the time. Facebook hadn't really got hit off or anything like that. I remember I made an account about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
I think I was around 14 or 15 years old.
Yeah.
And I remember I really loved the website. I enjoyed it myself. So just tell me, what was the idea? Why a social network?
Well, you're using the term social network, but the site actually predates that term being coined initially. The site was nothing more than a project to try to get people to meet one another. It was a very geo-focused tool for people within, to meet your neighbor, to meet that person 6 doors down that you might not necessarily know that you have so much in common with. And we didn't know people were going to like it. We didn't know if nobody would ever use it, but it kind of picked up.
All right, well, how have you used networking to make your business so successful? I know networking is a big part of anything these days. So how have you used that to incorporate into your business to really let it hit off and make the connections that you need to?
Well, the site itself is a social network. We've leveraged many of the other social networking utilities out there. Leith is actually very, very great at that specific focus.
Oh, yeah?
Well, that's just it. That's just what social networking is all about, is bringing together a certain group of people, and you start to meet new people, start leveraging their talents, and then you find designers and you find people that are good at advertising and marketing, and just tying them all together, and it's sort of feeding itself with its own audience.
All right. You think it's very important to make some really good connections when you're looking to generate an online business?
Absolutely. I think it's key. It's all about who you know and who they know.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just wondering, how much money, for people who are looking to start their own online business, how much money did you actually contribute to this project when you first started to launch it and create it? I know it was probably like your little baby that you helped to grow up.
We were very fortunate. We were one of the very few that actually started with zero capital.
Wow.
It was a lot of man hours put into it, so I guess you can equate your time to money. We were fortunate that we had the technical ability to develop and build a site ourselves, so we didn't have to pay anybody to do it. Today, if somebody were to probably start an online business, you're looking at web development costs, you're looking at server hosting fees, and those prices range anywhere from a couple $100s all the way up to tens of thousands.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty, so what, any kind of concerns about the business? What keeps you awake at night? What kind of problems is there when you start an online business that you will have to overcome in a way?
Well, I sleep well, but thank you. No, it's, there's problems that range everywhere from technical issues such as server problems. You have security issues online. If somebody were to be taking money from somebody online via shopping cart, or any other system, I mean, your security issues are multiplied at that point, because you're taking people's information. You need to make sure that your servers are firewalled properly. They meet very strict security audits by Visa. You know, aside from that, it's just the day-to-day business running. It's just like any other business. You worry about your sales, you worry about your traffic, you worry about... Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but I mean, a big part of that is all the technical side of it, but the other thing about a social network is your audience is constantly engaged, right? So a big part of it is keeping them constantly engaged, and how are you going to do that? And coming up with content and just keeping them coming back so that you can sell them your products online and stuff like that. So I think for anyone looking to do or start an online business, a big part of it is going to be what's going to keep people coming back and to check out, you know, whatever it is that you're promoting or pushing or selling. Yeah,
good point. And you've definitely done that. I mean, you've had over 450,000 members so far and growing. That's pretty impressive. So speaking of online businesses, obviously, how would you go about making profit off your business as well? It's an online social network, but there must be different ways that you profit from it too, right?
Yeah, our main focus is strictly advertising. We're fortunate enough to drive enough traffic that our advertising revenues are pretty good. Not to say that that's the sole means by generating revenue online. It's one of many different options. You have players in the field like Amazon that offer kind of micro shopping sites that people can adopt, and many people have done very well with those as well.
Okay, wow, yeah, and it's amazing actually how much social media has changed and evolved, don't you think? Just so I know, what year exactly was it that you launched?
2001.
MeetMeinTo. 2001, wow. And how much has it really expanded since then?
Well, from 0 to 450,000 people. So you can kind of it's grown tremendously.
Really?
Yeah, there was a period of time where our year-to-year growth was almost exponential. It was just huge.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. What kind of improvements would you have? What was your best year, you would say?
Our best year? Wow. Financially, you mean, or are you talking just straight traffic? Our best year financially is this year.
Okay.
We're very happy to say that.
Great.
Our best year traffic-wise, in terms of year-to-year improvement, would probably be around 2008, 2009.
All right, yeah, and what about what's the future you see for your company? MeetMeinTo, where do you see it going from, let's say, 5-10 years from now? Do you maybe plan on opening any other ventures, any other websites in the future? Do you want to grow on this one?
Taking over the world.
Oh, yes?
Yeah, there's always plans for expansion. There's always plans for growth. We're launching a new version of the site in January.
Okay.
Where we're
so
really
always keeping updated, right? New versions, everything for people to get a hold of. That's great. And what would you give any advice to people out there who are looking to start an online business? What would you tell them? What are some important issues or aspects you should know?
I think people should look at online business and social networks sort of like you know, like retail would look at mannequins in a window, you know, like those secret sellers, and just really using online networks to get your brand out there and create that trust and, you know, foster that loyalty for whatever it is that you're selling. So be it Facebook, be it Twitter, be it YouTube, whatever it is, just, you know, remember that people are always on there, they're always looking at you, the spotlight's always on, and you really have to keep them engaged and, you know, build that relationship with them.
All right, great. Anything else you have to talk about for your website? As far as social media, anything like that? How is that such an important aspect in this business?
Again, it's you can throw out whatever it is, and you're instantly engaged with a gigantic audience, and it costs you virtually nothing. So
that's true. All right, great. Well, thank you very much, Leith and Nadar.
Thank you.
Well, stay tuned, everybody. Right now, we'll be bringing back all our tech hosts for a tech news segment.